Hi guys, and welcome back. And it's that time again to talk about these crazies.
Yeah.
So let's get into it with...
I'll make her see lightning.
So we start off with these two nuts finishing up their marshmallow roast.
Not on the chair. Or it's gooey.
On the floor?
And I don't know about wilderness things, I'm a city girl, but wouldn't leaving marshmallows out like this attract bears or other hairy creatures? So the next godless scene, I'm not going to get into detail about because I didn't want to watch Jasmine putting Gino's little sausage links in her mouth. Gross, honestly. What the hell is TLC doing? First you bring back Humpty Dumpty, and now this. Are you purposefully self-sabotaging yourselves, or do you truly hate us and want to torture us? Honestly. I didn't even watch the scene. I kept my head down. All I did was hear, which is bad enough as it is.
Suck that toe.
So they're back from their honeymoon, and she's having a convo with her family members. And apparently her kids aren't doing well emotionally since she left.
No voy a descansar hasta traerlo.
Que no te quiere decir cuando habla contigo que está triste, pero que te extraña demasiado.
Yeah, you don't say, like, what did you expect?
Lo que pasa es que, mira, tu error es que tú le dejas todas las decisiones o esos procesos allí.
And the sister is totally right. She should have never left all the legal visa stuff with the children up to Gino. Sure, he's smart in some things. He's an engineer, but he's also an effing moron in a lot of other ways. Like, for instance, a smart person would have hired an immigration lawyer. So in this conversation with her family, we find out that Jasmine's mother isn't doing well health-wise.
Le está haciendo una especie de unos exámenes, dentro de eso una biopsia.
And my heart really broke for her. No matter what we think of this girl, we all know what it feels like to have a loved one that's sick. And nobody wishes that on anyone. So speaking of immigration lawyers, they are off to see one, finally, just to get, information from the guy.
Jasmine, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Gino, nice to meet
Anthony
you.
Ray.
And she finds out that she can leave the country.
But unfortunately, right now, the processing times is going to be, on average, 8 to 12 months.
But not at this moment, or anytime soon.
Thought that it was gonna take, worst case scenario, the most 3 months. I'm stuck here in the United States without my children.
Well, you should have thought of that. You should have researched. So then they talk about the kids.
Were both the kids listed on the Fiance petition?
And Gino, the immigration expert, did not put their names on the forms. So
I did not have the children on the K-1 petition. I'm not an expert, of course.
Clearly, Gino may be an expert in hats, but he's no expert in the legalities of immigration.
Google didn't tell you what to do.
No, I couldn't. No.
And Anthony is throwing some serious shade. Well-deserved shade, I must say.
But because they're not listed, it's going to be impossible to, bring them over.
Gino messed up, really bad. And Jasmine is giving him the death stare. Oh, man.
It's going to take a little bit longer, though.
How long is long?
Hopefully it goes sooner, but it could be 1.5 to 2 years.
Wait until they get home.
I think Gino hears it, but isn't really sinking in.
Yeah, that we know. These two really don't know how to prioritize finances. Like, you had this whole wedding thing and a dress and an entire butt that you purchased, but you didn't think about how that money could just go to an immigration lawyer. No, you spent it on stupid nonsense. By the way, the title of this episode, is that referring to Gino? So I need to take a minute because my dog Mango wants to tell you to like and subscribe. All right, let's get back to the show. So now we're going on to Nicole and Mahmoud. And Nicole's waiting at the airport with her little sign. And this scene was cringe for me. For one thing, Nicole has this idea that now that Mahmoud is in America, that he's going to play by her rules.
Mahmoud's in America. I can do whatever I want to him.
Kind of like how he did to her. But what Nicole doesn't seem to understand, that it's not as much the location as it is culture.
Kiss me, you mother. Shut up.
And I hate Mahmoud a lot for a lot of reasons. And I'm not trying to give him a pass. But smooching in public is not a comfortable thing for him.
No, but as Muslim, I'm not feel good to do that around people.
It's just not. And she's, she won't take no for an answer. Nicole, you're coming off desperate. and you're coming off ignorant right now. And this man looks like he's about to fall flat on his face from exhaustion. And again with the clothes thing.
What? Jeez.
What?
Close your stomach.
What are you talking about?
No.
So they finally make it to her house.
I'm happy I don't like art.
Truly, like, what brought these two together? They have zero in common. She's so into arts and she's so creative and she's got all these art books and went to art school, and you're dating someone who doesn't like art. Not saying that that's not possible, but that's like her identity. That's her thing. Oh, and she ended up getting him those vintage boxers.
It's so nice.
You like him, really?
I think so.
And it seems like she's not happy with him because he didn't sleep on the 20-hour plane ride.
But I was definitely hoping that you'd be a lot more excited. I told you, you know what, it irritates me that you didn't sleep on the plane, actually. It really does.
Girl, there are some people that just can't fall asleep on the plane. This is not something that you can be mad about. Anyway, so he goes to sleep finally, and I guess we'll see them next week. So now let's talk about Kobe Beef and Family Emily. And they arrive in Cameroon, and his bestie's there to meet him, and it was a very cute airport hello greeting moment.
Hi, Emily. Oh, you're welcome to Cameroon. I'm happy seeing you.
So they're off to put away their luggages, and some conversation at the airport happens with some of the locals.
And what's happening at the airport right now is complete chaos.
And apparently the guys were trying to get money from Kobe, whatever. And the Americans are having like a mini freak out.
Wow. Oh my gosh. What a circus.
But honestly, if you've been to other countries, things are just different there. And for Kobe, this is normal.
Well, it's always like that. You know, they're there because, you know, people coming from abroad with money and like that.
And if it's normal for him, I wouldn't worry about it too much. At least that's my opinion. He seems like the type of guy that would let you know if the poop hit the fan. So the next day, they are prepping to meet Kobe's family.
Expecting probably a lot more animals.
Yeah.
Like the Lion King with like a freaking huge savannah, giraffes and lions.
With Emily, it's so funny because I think she's trying to be sarcastic, but I'm also not really sure if it's just pure ignorance. So they get to try on all these Cameroonian outfits for the big family meetup.
I want everything.
Spoken like a true American.
Yeah. Wakanda.
Yep. Actually, I appreciate Family Emily trying to embrace and be considerate of Kobe's culture. That says a lot about them.
Cameroon has almost 254 tribes, and all those tribes have different traditional outfits.
And I do love nuggets of information about different cultures that this show sometimes gives. Then we have an egg with a little hat, and then Liz, who looks more like him as time passes. And Liz's kid is in this.
Okay.
Like crisscross applesauce.
I trust you.
Okay, call me paranoid of all bad things, but I would not let my child ride in the front of this death machine.
I am too tickled. Dessert tonight?
Just a chicken picking moment. She the guts out of me.
What the hell are they saying? It's like constant nonsense just spews out of their mouths all the time. So we relive their vomit-inducing love story, including the stupid-ass fake couples retreat that they did, where Ed traveled back to his Carney days. So Ed is having an internal crisis because he has grown-up responsibilities now.
I'm getting kind of worried. I'm trying to navigate having Riley live here, making sure that Liz is happy, and planning the wedding.
It's all weighing on his teeny tiny little yolk brain. And he tells us they are in a financial tank. I guess Cameo isn't doing as well as we think it is. So because of that, so both of them are trying to be realtors.
Big Ed and Liz aren't just sexy, but they sell real estate.
Imagine trying to buy a home and finding out that this turd nugget is your realtor. And they're worried about teaming up for work. And honestly, whatever. We all know that they end up breaking up, so I guess it didn't go well. And from what I hear, they're dating other people. Anyways, we know that they're going to be back together by the time Last Resort Season 2 starts shooting. So now let's talk about Rob and Sophie, which I totally forgot about last week. So they left the selfie gallery separately.
Even if we have problems, she should be at home working on these problems with me. We should be finding ways to get over them.
Dude, you cheated on her. She has every right to not be at home with you right now. Actually, she has every right to divorce your ass. Unfortunately, she has low self-worth which is why she's still with your dumb cheating ass.
Like, I actually look at the sanctity of marriage. I care about making it work.
I have no sympathy for this man. So Sophie meets up with her mom.
So what actually happened last night?
What do you think happened?
Rob was a knob, shouting and going around in circles in arguments that made no sense. Gaslighting.
Literally.
She just needs to divorce him. I don't think this is going to end.
Like, he doesn't understand why I moved out. And I'm like, but you literally, like, hurt me a lot.
So apparently they're going to have another chat because another chat's needed.
It's very confusing for me. We left off on such bad terms that kind of feels like pointless to have this chat about me moving in.
And Sophie's giving him 1,000,001 chances, and he's failed miserably at every turn. It's time to just let it go and move on. So let's go to Ashley and Manuel, and she's still butthurt about not really knowing his kids.
De la verdad es un poquito extraño que no estaba una prioridad para yo encontrar los hijos antes de tu casar.
And this fight seems so fake.
Toma todos. Los llaves son en allá. Yo necesito espacio. Manuel, ciao.
For one, it looks like she's about to crack a smile any minute. And we've seen Ashley when she's really having an emotional fight, and this is not it. This is a silly fake argument. Anyways, so I guess next week we'll go back to talking about this until forever. And guys, that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like, share, subscribe, and I really appreciate all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!